Welcome to the first season of Ancient Anecdotes powered by Listen Come. This is your host, Ramanathan Iyer.
And this is Lalita Ramanathan. Appa!
What happened? Why are you steaming like a dosai tawa?
Samprada's not allowing me to.
Huh? What? Come again? I didn't get all of that. What are you trying to tell?
She doesn't allow me to do anything my way. My friends were all playing something stupid. I told them it was sounding lame and that we should play something else. They were so rude to me. And they aren't letting me do anything.
Papa, see, I don't understand the full problem yet. But just trust me and do as I tell you. Okay?
Okay, Pa.
First, loosen your jaws. It's not the right way. You are squeezing all your maxillary nerves. Take a deep breath in. And hold. Good. Now breathe out slowly. Very nice. Now are you ready? Now purse your lips together and make your mouth like a very, very small opening. Even smaller. A very small opening. Yes, that's right. Now forcefully blow all the air out, but only through the small opening. Doesn't matter. Keep going. 2 more times. Good job. How does it feel now?
Feels much better, Pa. How did you do that?
It's actually a very simple method. It is called as Suchi Mukha. Granddad used to make me do this when I was also steaming with anger. Say?
Muchi Sukha.
Papa, illapa. Suchi Mukha. Tell.
Suchi Mukha. What an interesting name, Pa.
Yes, it means the face of the needle. It is a special form of breathing practice that helps to handle irritation or anger issues. It is so old and time tested that it has been mentioned to have been used even during the Satya Yuga epoch.
Oh, such an old method. But how did you manage to bear my anger for the time when I was not yet, doing the Suchi Mukha thingy?
Well, it's actually nothing new. In the Skanda Puranam, Devi Saraswati also made the young and hot Vadavanala do the exact same thing to reduce his anger and heat. And while the young Vadavanala was not yet initiated into the Suchi Mukha, Devi Saraswati bore its scorching heat bravely.
Appa, who is Vadavanala? Wait, you mean there were people living during the Satya Yuga also who threw tantrums?
Yes. People are people. Both young and old, everyone throws tantrums. You only need to know how to handle yourself during the time.
How, Pa? How to handle it?
Come, let me tell you this story. This is how Lord Mahavishnu cleverly outwitted Pippalada's Vadavanala from consuming all the devas. And this is also how Devi Saraswati found her resilience and balance amidst the tribulations of carrying such a hot and fiery being.
Wasn't Pippalada the son of Dadichi?
Yes, that's true. You remember. So awesome.
Appa, but you told me that Pippalada inherited all the good austere qualities from his father. Surely the Vadavanala he created should not have needed any disciplining, isn't it? Then why did Vadavanala show anger then?
Good question. Do you remember the story of how Pippalada was born? He got all the good penance performing qualities from, say, Dadichi. And from his mother's side, he got kindness. And along with it, the anger of righteousness.
What's that, Pa?
When one feels one is right and things have been unfairly dealt out to them, then some people feel angry.
Isn't it then right to feel this anger? Doesn't everyone feel this way?
Well, you might not be right all the time. We won't know until we see the event from another person's perspective, isn't it? And also, not everyone feels anger right away. Some people become sad and wallow in self-pity. They curl up into a ball and stop talking altogether and become moody.
Oh, I think I have done that.
Some people cry.
That as well.
Well, let me fully complete, okay? The bottom line is that I think both you and me both have shown all these traits at some point of time or the other. Some people zone out. Some people leave the place stomping their feet. Some people go and close the door loudly. Some people start doing something not at all related, something totally random, like cleaning the house, or cleaning the bathroom, or doing some extra laundry, or polishing the shoes. And then some people binge eat.
Like Kung Fu Panda. Hey, all this sounds like me, but it's not my fault, no? That I am so upset.
Yes, it is not your fault. But then see what other people also do. Some people tuck themselves off to some remote place in some remote room. It will be within the same house, but they will want to be alone. And then they will pick up a book or they will listen to loud music. There are some people who dance, some people who play musical instruments. Then there are some people who blame others. Some people stand underneath God's photo and start shouting at it. What? Don't laugh. That last one is me.
I can totally imagine you doing this, Pa.
Then there are some people who behave rudely to the people who care for them. These people take out the anger of those who wronged them and show it on those people who come for assistance. Then there are some people who want to take revenge. Some people allow the anger to seethe inside them. Basically, each person deals with disappointments differently. But none of these methods actually heals them. It just postpones the explosion which is latent inside them. It is like pushing the dust underneath the carpet.
So what's the right way then?
I just told you, you need to attend to the mind. Breath work is one very awesome way. You just did the Suchi Mukha, no? There are other methods as well. Now, do you remember when we got an Amazon delivery unexpectedly the other day?
Yes, Pa. You said you hadn't ordered it, but the parcel came to our address anyway because Party sent it from Chennai.
Exactly. Granddad used to say that in the ancient pages of the Prabhasa Khandam in the Skanda Puranam, Devi Subhadra, the wife of the venerable sage Dadhichi, actually gets her baby unexpectedly, like that Amazon parcel. In this situation, she felt helpless and angry. It is said that without taking the effort to find out why and how she got her baby, she puts her innocence and chastity on the line and utters a terrible curse. She says, if my love for my husband is true, whoever is the father of this child will die. It turns out that sage Dadhichi, her actual husband, was indeed the baby's father. And so Granddad used to tell me that maybe this is the main reason why sage Dadhichi finally decided to leave the mortal world.
Oh God, what happened to Subhadra?
Subhadra was devastated. She was not with the child when she started out, and suddenly she had a child now. She didn't know what to do. So she did the unthinkable. She abandoned the child within the same grove where she found him. So when sage Dadhichi gave up his life for the sake of the Devas to make the weapons out of his bones, Subhadra brought his remains to his old ashrama at Manikshira and started performing the sage's final rites. She wept and she wept because she felt the sage would still be alive today if not for her hasty curse. At that time, a serene voice comforted her. She was so surprised to find her son standing astride her. "Oh mother, why do you weep? Anyone who is born is sure to depart one day. Be boldened by the fact that your son still stands tall to support you." That voice, Subhadra recognized it and turned around and gaped with amazement at her son's glowing form. He looked calm and composed and radiated an aura of settling love and balance. "You look just like your father when he was decades younger, oh dear son. How do you find the peace to console the same mother who had abandoned you at birth? How do you show such maturity and knowledge at such a young age? How do you survive in this cruel world in spite of being deprived of your mother's milk and nurture? Wept Subhadra quietly as she wondered aloud. Dear mother, what happens for good. The Lord of the universe protects everyone. Won't he protect me? The Ashwatha trees took care of me. I was given the gracious juice of these fruits at the time. Many sages visited the Ashwatha grove after you had left me there. They saw me drinking the juice and they were surprised. They named me Pippalada. Henceforth, they nurtured me, granted me the knowledge of the 6 Shastras and taught me all that was needed to be learned. They even taught me how to invoke Kritya, the mother of all living things, Devi Parashakti, in any form I desire to give me anything I desire. But I don't yearn for anything. I have had every comfort throughout my life, my dear mother, all except for the love of the father. I have often seen many children playing with their fathers. Oh mother, who is my father? Where is he? Tell me so I can engage in those playful moments with him, asked Pippalada. Subhadra's tears were uncontrollable. He no longer lives in this mortal realm, O dearest Pippalada. Pippalada's bright face fell. He asked, Why, mother? What happened to him? How did he come to pass? Amidst sobs, Subhadra said, The Devas were the cause for his death. They took his life for their own selfish needs. Pippalada clenched his fist. His eyes suddenly glowered with anger. He looked at the skies. The skies darkened with an ominous shadow suddenly. Clouds filled the once pleasant skies. What? The Devas are the reason my father is no longer around and my mother is swimming in tears of desolation? What a son will I be if I have done nothing to avenge my father's life? I shall invoke the Kritya to decimate every living Deva there is, he growled. And then he closed his eyes to begin the incantation for the terrible Kritya. Subhadro vacha Shastranam Karanan Mudair Hato Asau Muni Pungavaha Prayachan Pichanyani Tadakarani Suvrata Shrutvai Tatvachanam Soapi Munirugatat Pastada Vidame Yohato Daivastejam Krityam Mahabalam Uttapya Patayishyami Murdhadni Pranapaharikam Pitamahamaham Muktva Naiva Hanyayo Bhavedyadi Anyan Pramathayishyami Kritya Shastrena Sangatan Sharanam Yadi Yasyanti Girvana Madhvayaturaha Tathapi Pathayishyami Tenaiva Sahasangatan. Echoes of his terrible sentence resonated into the heavens. Indra fell from his seat amidst the loud and quaking sounds. Indra's face was a study in horror. Oh no! What shall we do? We are indeed the cause for the kind sage's demise. Come, my brothers, let us hasten to the Shvetadvipa. Who else would protect us but the Lokanatha, Janardhana, who sent us on this quest in the first place? The Indradi Devas arrived at Lord Mahavishnu's celestial abode in a huddle of mortification. Shantakaram bhujagashayanam padmanabham suresham. They cried out hastily, O Lord, protect us from Pippalada's wrath. His invocation of the Kritya will decimate us. Lord Mahavishnu was already awake. He said kindly,
Dear children, Mother Parashakti will never side fully with any act which is steeped in anger. Although he is capable of causing your end, Pippalada is under the delusion of anger. Pippalada's creation can harm any deva for sure, but it will be born without limbs to move or to even stand. But I will go there myself to ensure that Pippalada's true intentions do not manifest as he deems.
Matvaivam tam rishim kuddham sarve te surasattamaha brahmanam sharanam prapta bhayena mahatarditaha tamstasya sharanam prapta jnatva deva kripanvitaha tatraiva gatva tvaridam praha devan janardanaha bhavatam rakshanopayastito atra maya dhuna tena tam mohayishyami krityam hantum upasthitam. Sure enough, Pippalada suddenly felt a gap between his knowledge of invoking the Kritya and his intentions of what to do once the goddess materialized. He opened his eyes in confusion. He was still standing close to sage Dadichi's funeral pyre amidst his mother's cries. The Devas did this to you, my lord, Subhadra was wailing. These cries brought him back to the moment, and he remembered the reason for his father's death. Amidst this environment of sorrow, I will never be able to complete my quest, Pippalada sighed. Pippalada, after hearing his mother's harsh words, left the place and marched to Mount Himachala. He climbed the stony and icy staircase that seemed to reach out to the heavens itself. He stopped where he found a beautiful Swayambhulingam. This is the place where my penance will culminate. He wondered aloud, looking around. With his eyes, he surveyed the icy northern quarters, and finally his eyes rested on the lofty and proud peaks of the Chandrashila mountains. Arriving there like a heavy rain cloud, Pippalada made a vow. I shall remain as immovable as a mountain, and when I am fully armed with the weapon of my vow, I would annihilate the proud Devas of Amaravati. Pippalada began his terrible penance at the courtyard of the celestial temple, standing on his left feet alone like the Vamadeva of yore.
Appa, where is this temple located? Which place is this?
Today, it is one of the Pancha Kedara temples. This temple is at the heart of the current-day Rudraprayag district in Uttarakhand. It lies below the Chandrashila peak. It is one of the highest Shiva temples in the world, the mighty Tunganath temple. It is a sacred shrine that overlooks the valleys of the Mandakini and the Alaknanda rivers, and nestling at over 12,000 feet above the sea level. Grant had used to tell us that the magnetic forces of the earth is said to bend in this place. Atrantare Pippaladaha Piturvairam Anusmaran Hantum Suran Vyavastitaha प्रविवेश हिमाचलं श्रुत्वा तदप्रियं वाक्यं मातुर्वक्त्राद्विनिर्गतं पिप्पलादः पुनर्यात तस्मात् स्थानाधिमाचलम् स्वर्गसोपानवत्पुंसां स्थलीभूतमिवाम्बरम् शेषस्या भोगसङ्काशं प्राप्तोऽसौ तु हिनाचलम् प्रतिज्ञां कुरुते तत्र यत्र स्थितस्ताणुर्विवाचलः अन्तरो ये मम पितुस्तान् हनिष्यामि चारणात् कृत्या शस्त्रेण सकलानमरत्वेन गर्वितान् तस्मिन् स्थितः प्राकुपितः शिवायतनसंसदि अत्रस्थः साधयिष्यामि तां कृत्यां चिन्तयन् ह्यदि कृत्यां वा साधयिष्यामि यास्ये वायमसादनम् निर्द्वन्द्वो निर्भयो भूत्वा निराहारो ह्यहर्निशम् सव्येन पाणिनां सव्यं निर्मथ्योरुमुहं पुनः. A full year passed. Pippalada continued his penance. The earth shook with Pippalada's scorching austerities. The ice-capped mountains did nothing to soothe the seething anger inside him. Devi Parashakti heeded Pippalada's demanding austerities in her boundless love for him. She transformed into a mare whose very body was made of fire. As ordained by Lord Mahavishnu, she gave birth to a scorching child with no limbs and left Pippalada to his machinations. Pippalada finally opened his eyes as the scorching fire demanded his attention. Beholding the smiling fire in front of him, he wondered, "What is this being?"
O Father, I am Vadavanala, born from the fruits of your penance. Although born without limbs, I have the power to do the impossible. Just command me, O Father.
Pippalada thundered, "O mighty Vadavanala, I offer you the entire pantheon of celestial denizens as your food and sustenance. Go forth and consume them all." As Pippalada completed this sentence, suddenly there was a blinding flash of light, and the entire mountainscape was engulfed in a loving embrace and coolness. Celestial conches were blown, and celestial hymns filled the sky. Lord Mahavishnu appeared in his cosmic form and addressed the fire. "O pious fire, it is without doubt as to what you can do. You can consume all the devas all at once, no debates. But is it wise to do that? There are 33 different varieties of devas, over 1 crore of them, and eating them all at once might give you an indigestion. Heed my suggestion and consume them one at a time. They are not going anywhere, you know." Satan samashvasya suran varishtham kopanalam tatra yayau prahrishtaha drishtva cha tam vairavipunjakasham uvacha vishnurvachanam varishtham aham sureshantavaiva parshvam visarjito jata bhayaischa devai matta shrunutvam vachanam hi pathyam yaccharanam bhavato api pathyam Jnatam balam te vibudhairachintyam vinashanam chatmavatam hyavashyam evam stite kuruvakyam suranam yekaikamadhi prativasaram tvam मुख्यानां कोटयस्त्रिंशत् सुराणां बलशालिनां कथं तु भक्षणं तेषां युगपत्वं करिष्यसि तस्मादेकैकशस्तेषां कर्तव्यं भक्षणं त्वया नैकेन भवता शक्या विधातुं भक्षणक्रिया तथा च पाण्डुरोगित्वं हतभुक्प्राप्तवान् पुरा अतिभक्षणं न युक्तम् तस्मात् कुरु मतिं मम. The young fire agreed.
How would you suggest me to start? What is the order of the devas I should consume? Should I start with the young Yamadharma? Or should I start with Indra? Or should I think the birds of the same plumage belong together and start with Agni?
Meanwhile, in the Devaloka, hearing their names being uttered by the Vadavanala, faster than you can say the word flame, our dear deities, otherwise known for their serenity and poise, clutched their chest as their hearts performed a backwards flip. Just like a seasoned dance troupe performing their signature routine, the three deities elegantly tumbled from their seats, synchronized down to their last gasp of fear. Meanwhile, Lord Mahavishnu looked unfazed. With a twinkle in his eyes, he continued, "You should start with the eldest Deva, of course. Deva Mahaapa, or the great ocean, was created before every Deva was born. He is the eldest and has been there from the very beginning. You should start with him, of course." The young Vadavanala innocently agreed.
How do I go to this Deva? I have no feet.
We can arrange any transport you like. Goddess Ganga is headed in the same direction as luck would have it. She can take you there, said Lord Mahavishnu, thrilled that the corsairs have shifted from the Devas to the Nadi Mukhya Devi Ganga. Mother Ganga's divine composure went off into a puff of smoke as she looked at Lord Mahavishnu in horror. "Oh Lord, I do not possess the strength to bear the Aurava's scorching heat," she said. Neither could Devi Yamuna or Sindhu or all the other rivers present there.
I can't take any form of transport, Janardhana. I must only be carried by a maiden of the highest purity,
The Vadava said. Meanwhile, Mahavishnu asked of Devi Saraswati equally if she would take the fire to the coasts.
It does not matter if I can. I won't take a single step without my father's consent,
Devi Saraswati said aloud. Devi Saraswati suddenly remembered the curse of the Surabhis. "You will bear this scorching responsibility willingly," they had decreed.
So this is the scorching responsibility, I believe.
She wondered. Her thoughts were interrupted by Lord Mahavishnu as he spoke to Pitamaha Brahma. "The maiden who heeds no words except those of her father, a maiden of true purity. Pitamaha Brahma, your daughter is indeed the right fit. She is the only one who can travel with such a fire." Grandfather Brahma caressed her young head affectionately and clarified to her. My dear child, the Devas need your help. My blessings will ensure that you will be the only one in the entire universe who can hold the Vadavanala. However, you are smack in the middle of another puzzle. The Vahni you are to carry to the western coast is a scorching fire that is capable of decimating all of creation. If you travel on the surface of the earth, you can travel much faster, but the heat will be more. The surroundings will become scorched of any vegetation. Although, if you take an underground route, the heat will be bearable, but you can only walk. Are you sure you are up for this responsibility?
Yes, Father, I am here only to do your bidding. This blazing fire menaces the very existence of all the divine beings. Should I alone have to bear the torment to secure their well-being? It would be a minor price to pay for this daunting expedition,
said the Devi.
Oh Lord Mahavishnu, I agreed to take Vadavanala to his destination.
She volunteered aloud. The denizens showered her with flowers and fragrant dravyams. Lord Mahavishnu reminded her, whenever you are in doubt or in any tough situation, just think of me and I will come to your aid. Pitradesham vinanaham padamekamabikwachit gacchami tasmat kopyanya upayaschintyatam hare tatsvarupam viditvaivam samabhyetya pitamaham tamabhravit vasudevo devakaryamidam kuru nanyatha shakyate netum vadavo agnirmahabalaha adrishtadosham muktve mam kumarim danayam tava tachrutva vishnuna proktam kumarim tanayam tada shirasyadhaya sasnehamuvacha prapitamaha yahi Devi Suram Sarvam Sarvan Rakshatvam Bhayamagatan Vinikshipatvam Nitvainam Vadavam Lavanambhasi Piturvakyam Hisa Shrutva Pravocha Shruti Lakshana. Granddad used to say that the holy Narada Puranam talks about how the Vadavanala can spread easily once it enters the mortal world. So the Devas ask the Vadavanala how they can keep it contained until Devi Saraswati takes her to the mighty ocean. The Vadavagni tells them, Devi Saraswati's transmission of me into the mortal world can only be done by the touch of he who stood the peril of fatality to save the world. So the Devas went to Lord Shiva, the drinker of the terrible Kalakuta poison, to help give the fire to Saraswati. Lord Shiva agrees. Dear Saraswati, here is the Vadavanala contained in a bronze vessel for you. My touch will prevent the fire from scorching and spreading everywhere. It will remain cool to the touch for a period of 4 hours only. After this, you will have to go underground to recover yourself from the heat. It is going to be a bumpy ride, but only you will ever achieve this, O brave maiden. Also, you have to travel to sage Uttanaka's ashramam in the lower covers of the Chandrashila peak. There is a tall and stout plaksha tree there. You will have to enter the mortal realm by exiting the tree. Lord Shiva said.
Why, Pa? Why not from a cave or a glacier? Why is Saraswati supposed to emerge from the tree only?
Oh, that's a lovely question, dearest. Granddad used to say that the Vadava was born from Pippalada's fiery penance. And because Pippalada had received his sustenance from the holy Plaksha, Lord Shiva blessed her to get released into the mortal world, emerging from the holy Plaksha tree near sage Uttanaka's ashramam, located amidst the Shivalik mountain ranges in the Himalayas.
Appa, what is a plaksha tree?
The same tree that fed baby Pippaladapa, the Ashwatha or the fig tree. Now back to the story. Celestial drums and conch shells resounded loudly, and the auspicious sounds filled the entire world. Devi Saraswati, dressed in white garments adorned with white sandalwood paste and wearing a garland of stars, shone like the full moon. Radiating her own brilliance, she illuminated the entire universe. Originating from the Plaksha tree, she picked up the fire and ran gracefully as a river into the plains of central India. It is said that she met a great mountain called Kritasmara on the way.
Appa, who is Kritasmara?
Oh, another long story. Remind me to come back to this at the end, okay? Now, let us complete the story. Whenever she could bear the fire no more, Devi Saraswati would go underground, and when she would recover, she would return back to the surface. Meanwhile, there were 5 sages who had mastered the Vedas, who were doing severe penance in the Prabhasa Kshetra called as Harina, Vajra, Nyankuhu, and Kapila. They requested Devi Saraswati's assistance to culminate their penances. While holding the scorching Anala, she consented to them by flowing into 5 distributaries called Harini, Vajrini, Nyanku, Kapila, and Saraswati. She finally reached the coasts and presented the Vadavanala to the ocean.
Appa, where is the Prabhasa Kshetra, Appa?
Current day Somanath in Gujarat, dearest. It is one of the oldest Jyotirlinga points in India. Devi Saraswati tells the Vadavanala, O holy fire, behold the mighty ocean that roars before you. Pleased with Devi Saraswati's countenance, the fire spoke.
Ask me any boon you want, O divine maiden. I am so pleased by your dedication.
Devi Saraswati remembered Mahavishnu's promise and asked the question back to him in her mind through a prayer.
O Janardana, I don't desire anything. I am already grateful to have completed the task that was decreed to be done by the Surabhis. What boon do I ask of the Vadavanala, O Bhuvaneshwara? Zoom conference.
Yes, I believe it is. Anyhow, Lord Mahavishnu replied urgently, O benign Devi, this is the right moment. Whilst he consumes the mighty ocean, ask the fire to hold a needle-like face, a face whose mouth is shaped as fine as a needle. Devi Saraswati asked the fire accordingly to consume the water slowly with a needle-like mouth, and the fire granted the boon. As the fire entered the mighty ocean, the Deva Sagara meanwhile felt himself getting vaporized by the scorching embers. Granddad used to say that Lord Mahavishnu granted the boon of being everlasting and perennial to the Sagara to counter this phenomenon at this time. After so many yugas, it is said that the Vadavanala is still consuming the Sagara, but the Sagara continues to remain perennial and unchanging. Satasmastadvacha shrutva samprahrishtatu pavakaha dasyami te varam bhadre yatheshta prarthayasvanaha. तेनैव मुक्ता सा देवी वाडवेनाग्निनां तदा सस्मारकारणात्मानं विष्णुं कमललोचनम् दृष्टो सावात्महृत्संस्था स्तस्या देवो जनार्दनः स्मृतमात्रः सरस्वत्या परिस्त्रिभुवनेश्वरः मनोदृष्ट्या विलोक्याः सातमन्तस्तमच्युतम् वाडवो यच्छति वरमहं तं प्रार्थयामि किम् ततस्तेन हृदि स्थेन प्रोक्ता देवी सरस्वती प्रार्थनीयो वरो भद्रे सूचीवक्त्रत्वमादरात् ततस्त्वभिहितो देव्या यदि मे त्वं वरप्रदः ततः सूचीमुखो भूत्वा त्वं पिबापो महाबल एवमुक्तेन तत्तेन सूचीवेधसमं कृतम् घटिकापूरणं यद्वत् पपौ तद्वदनं जलम्. Devi Saraswati is then said to have used the same bronze vessel to give arghya from her own waters to Lord Shiva at Daprabhasa Kshetra as a token of gratitude to he who protected her hands as she carried the scorching fire. This is the reason the deity at the sacred Jyotirlinga site of Somanath is called Arghyeshwara as well.
Ooh, so the story starts at Tunganath and ends at Somanath. What an epic tale. What a lovely story, Pa.
Yes, Suchi Mukha is the symbolism in this story. When ultimately faced with anger, reduce the size of the mouth and increase the size of your breath.
Reduce the size of the mouth? Huh? What does that mean, Pa?
What it means is stop speaking when you're feeling angry and breathe more. This is the core symbolism in the story. We do the exact opposite, isn't it? We breathe in short gasps and we speak out fully when we are angry. You see, when we feel angry, we lose our awareness. And because there is no awareness, we speak whatever comes to our mind. No filters. This unnecessarily hurts the listener. It is not wrong to show anger, but awareness needs to be there. Hence, we have to breathe more. With awareness, we are free to show any emotion. If anger is needed, we can show it in a contained manner. This will ensure the communication produces the right outcome. Suchi Mukha is both a symbolism and a pranayama. See, Lord Shiva presented Devi Saraswati with the bronze vessel to contain the Vadavanala. Similarly, our service to humanity and our love for others will contain our anger and give us our awareness. When you breathe in and out in this manner, anger is averted and awareness is regained. Did you get all of that?
Yes, Pa.
Okay, now you can...
Appa, wait. Kritasmara, you asked me to remind you.
Yes, Kritasmara. But let us fully digest Pippalada's story first, isn't it? And then we can hear it first on
Ancient Anecdotes.
On your favorite podcast streaming providers.
Tune in every week for a brand new episode.